Hey there and welcome to Fat Daniels. It's National Barbecue Week, so I'm going to be trying something a little different this time. I'm going dirty. That's right, I'm cooking lamb steaks, dirty barbecue style. For those who are unfamiliar with dirty barbecue, it's where the food is cooked directly on the coals. No grates or anything to get in the way, the food straight on the coals. I'm going to be cooking a pair of lamb steaks, which should be delicious, and I'm going to be serving them in a wrap. Now the important things to remember with dirty barbecue is that you don't want to season your food before you cook it. Any seasonings you put on your food before you cook will most likely burn. So, no seasonings, no nothing, straight on the coal. So, without further ado, let's get cooking. Now as you can see, these coals are nicely burned down and a lovely shade of grey. This is a good thing because you don't want the coals too hot. I've also blown away all the ash so that the coals are nice and clean, ready for the food. And all I'm going to do is lay the steaks on there and leave them be. It's very easy to worry about burning the food, but trust me on this, you're fine. Cook for the same length of time that you would if you were cooking in a hot griddle pan or even on the grates over the coals. Don't worry about flare-ups because as the fat cooks out of the food, it won't pool and drip. It'll simply just smoulder away and everything's fine. This really is a lot more simple than you think it's going to be. The hardest part is holding your nerve and leaving the steaks on there to cook properly. I'm looking to cook these steaks medium, maybe medium rare, so I'm guessing that they're going to be about 4 to 5 minutes aside. But as with all steaks, you can monitor how they're cooking by watching the colour change up the side of the steak. And here we are, time to turn the steaks over. As you can see, some coals have stuck. This is quite normal and nothing to worry about. If you have a clean dry brush, just brush them off. Otherwise, you can do as I'm doing and just use your tongs to pick them off. Right, well they look about done, so it's time to take them off. Again, a few coals have stuck, but I'm just picking them off with the tongs like I did before. And here we are, fresh from the coals. Don't they look good? As you can see, there's a few char marks, but I can assure you there's absolutely no grit on there at all. As with all meat, it's best to rest it before you carve, so I'm going to pop this to one side whilst I prepare the rest of the dish. Now this really couldn't be simpler because I'm serving this as a wrap. As you can see, I've just taken a plain tortilla wrap and char-grilled it. To that, just a nice mixed leaf salad and we're pretty much ready to go. Once the lamb's rested, it's time to carve and serve. Right, well these steaks have been resting for a few minutes now and it's time to carve. I'm going to carve these quite thinly, about 1/4 to a 1/2 inch, that's 1/2 centimetre to 1 centimetre thick, and I'm just going to work my way through the steak until it's all nicely carved. And this is actually looking really good. A perfect blushing pink, which is just what I was after. And with the lamb nicely carved, it's time to fill our wrap. Now I'm just going to lay the strips of lamb on top of the salad. And you can be as generous as you like here. And you know me, I like to be generous. So I'm going to pop the whole thing in. Now that's looking great, and I'm going to give this a Middle Eastern feel. So I'm going to sprinkle it with a little Middle Eastern spice that I've been working on. Watch this space. And with the seasoning applied, just finish it off with a drizzle of pomegranate molasses. Et voila! all ready to wrap and eat. So, with our wrap built, there's nothing left but to try it. Oh yeah, I can taste this already. Oh yeah. That lamb is just amazing. If you've not tried dirty barbecue before, you've really got to. This is the bomb. Right, well this wrap isn't going to eat itself, so I guess it's time I left you. Thank you for joining us once again at Fat Daniel's Barbecue, and I hope you have as much fun trying this recipe as I'm having eating it. Until next time, take care, and remember, good food, good times, Fat Daniel's.